I decided to go there. I was there, but then I quit.
Kramer, say hi.
Hello. And so I was like, I'll take open classes. Okay.
Olivia.
Oh,
Jordan. I usually go Ricky. On Tuesdays I usually take jazz, and on Wednesdays I take lyrical. That's usually
I already
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start taking
Skylar.
Wednesdays with Allie.
What?
I already told her Skylar.
Okay.
I have a question.
Question. I have an answer.
Can we do a review day of what we've learned? Because I'm kind of lost.
New day of what you've learned. Okay.
The
Because
past
I really
week.
don't get, I couldn't do the homework because I don't understand.
I'm kind of lost.
Oh, man.
Like,
Okay.
I didn't even know what to do last
I
night.
was like,
I was like, well, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, what page was our homework?
It was lesson 53.
Okay, what was the first question?
I have a question on 4.
There were 3, 4, 10 through 12, and I didn't even know what to do.
10 through 12?
We had a question on 4 and 20.
I have a question. Have you seen a math book anywhere?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
And then you,
Probably because I don't have that.
At least I can answer yours.
This is
Great.
That was I'm gonna try to go.
Would you like to have number 8, perhaps?
Yes, number 8's my favorite number. My favorite number.
You can have a
Hey. Shut up.
Okay. Okay, I think the trick, what is confusing you guys, is that you need to recognize the triangles that the square root of 3 over 2 is, the sign of.
Like I know the triangles and stuff, but I don't get how you get the answer to 10, 11, and 12. Like I don't know how you find them.
like, I really don't get what it's even asking. I'm really confused.
I'm just I don't understand.
All right, sounds like a problem in teaching to me, which would be all mine. And of course,
But then you just have to
I left.
No, wait.
Yeah. All right, so the problem is 53.
So then that would be,
53, number 11. Okay, so you have to draw a graph, otherwise you can't figure it out. At least I can't. All right, so it was the 30, 60, 90 triangle, right? So the sine theta. So theta is going to be equal to 60 degrees. All right, so that's this right here, right? You have this line, so it's going to be equal to another,
So do you have to write all the possible?
all the possibles. Yep. So this is going to be 120 degrees, which is just 180 minus 60. So these are the two possibles for this one. Okay.
Because it can't be negative ones because it has to be 0 and 60.
Yes. Yes. So it's 60 degrees and 120 degrees. That's the answer. Okay, so 11 cosine 3 theta. This is 10.
53.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so how are we going to do cosine 3 theta? I'm sorry, cosine equals 1. So what are we looking at? What angles are we going to have? Does that make sense? Everybody gets that part? That's the hard part. Okay, so now it's 3 theta. 1 is the cosine of what angle?
Okay, that kind of, that's okay.
Sounds good. Because I didn't go in and it's like most like the first one and then 1 comes zero. And then
Yeah.
go around. One less zero coming in.
Yeah, because it's like three.
So the cosine is 0.
Okay, so after 0 and 3 sixths, which one? 3 sixths into 3 sixths. And then divide by 3.
So 1y, what does the 3 do?
You divide.
Yeah, and the 3 is going to make you go around the circle twice.
Just usually you start at 0 degrees. Because you have them on top, you're on the next one.
So you can go around, you're going to start here at 0, so that's your first answer. Go around once, there's your second answer. Go around twice, there's your third answer. Let's do another problem and then we'll figure.
I'm just gonna make it go around like one full time.
You have to divide by 3.
Like the 3 theta tells you how many times you have to go around. So if you have 3 theta, then you go around 2 times, but then you have to divide out the 3.
So it's like 360 divided by 3 gets you.
Yeah, see, so now, yeah, I'm sorry, I
The
didn't do
number
that.
in front of the theta tells you how many times you have to go around, and it also tells you if you have to divide that number out. So you just have theta times. So if you're around the whole time, it's 360 divided by 3 is 20, which is 120. So then, and then if you, like, you go around another time, like 360 plus 360 divided by 3.
Yeah, you
So
could.
you get 720, and then you divide that by 3.
So the 3 tells you 2 things. It tells you you have to go around twice, and tells you that whatever answers you get, you divide by 3. Without a number in front of the theta, you just have these. Let's do this one and see if it makes any sense. Theta, okay, it's sine theta 2. Okay, so what is gonna be 1 again? It's gonna be
If you have to divide out.
90.
Yes, I'm not sure. That's why.
Okay, so now that, since it's the sine, we're talking about this one right here.
So if it's dividing, does that mean it's the opposite direction?
No, you're dividing, so you only need to go 1 time. So you're just gonna go around 1 time? I mean,
Even if
it's just that answer. And now you're gonna divide this by 2. Or, I mean, sorry, you're gonna take it times 2, because you're gonna take it over there. And so it's gonna be 100.
So if, like, you're dividing from theta, then in the end you have to multiply, but if you're multiplying by theta, you divide.
Right. Yes, essentially.
And since it's a 2, you only have to find 1 answer? You don't have to go around it? Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
I had a question on 4.
I didn't get 3 or 4.
Did you guys learn 3 and 4, though?
Yeah, 3, I just had to figure out by like drawing pictures.
3, I was kind of like reason through, like for 3, I don't know if I did it right, but I found like, to get you like the ratios of like how much each person could work like for M, I found like how much they did for hour, day, or whatever, so I got like 2.67. And then I did that for the other person too, and then added that number together to get how much they would do like per day or per hour, or whatever the.
Okay.
And then I divided that by the number, I just the number of jobs that they would have to do,
Uh-huh.
and divided that by their rate of working, and then got the number they would have to do it, and then I did the right answer, but I don't know if that was coincidental or if that was actually.
Well, here's how the book said to do it, just so you know.
I'm sure that's correct. There has to be.
They did this, RM, TM, plus RJ TJ equals jobs. Okay, then they solved it that way. 803 times T plus 3 plus 5/2 T equals 39. So 8/3 T plus 8 plus 5/2 T equals 39. 31/6T equals 31. T equals 6 days. Okay. Is that good enough?
Do we have to do 4 since we don't know how to do that?
No, I don't have to do that. Yeah, I'm kind of at a disadvantage since I don't know what I'm taught and what you haven't been taught. So, okay, today we're gonna do some parabolas. So we're gonna skip 53, which is more angles and stuff, and we're gonna go to 54. This is lesson 54, and it's on parabolas. So, does everybody know what a parabola is? It looks like this on a graph. Okay. Oh, thanks. Okay, they can go, they can be any shape. They can go through there. Those are all parabolas. And it's when a plane cuts a circle or circular cone into conic sections, and then the base of the cone, and the figure that we form is a circle, and then if we tilt it, we get a parabola. Okay, so every parabola has an axis of symmetry, which is right there. And as we see, it can be vertical, horizontal, or inclined. So it can be vertical, horizontal, or maybe the parabola is, instead of this one, let's do this one. Or it can be like that. Okay? We're going to look at parabolas whose axes of symmetry are vertical lines. So the graph of the equation y equals x squared is the graph of a parabola that opens upward and whose vertex is the origin. Okay, so positive, it opens upward, and the vertex is origin because there's nothing over here, and so it's going to look like this. Okay. Okay, so if we have y equals minus x squared, what is our parabola going to look like? Okay, so again, axis is going to be at the origin. And it's going to be, so that's y equals minus x squared. That's supposed to be right across. Okay? Okay, so now let's do x plus 2. y equals x plus 2. So we're just gonna have so we're gonna shift it 2 units to the left and 3, wait a minute, now I'm confused. Okay, so if we do, this will be y plus 3 equals x plus 2 squared. So we're gonna go, we can go over 2 here and down 3, -2, -3. So it'll go like that. Or we can have y plus 3 equals negative x plus 2 squared. And so then it'll be -2, -3, and it'll go like that. So, the axis of symmetry, if it's negative, obviously it's gonna go down. If it's positive, it's gonna go up. So if we change this equation to y equals x plus 2 squared minus 3, or y equals negative x plus 2 squared minus 3. This tells us that y is going to be at -3 right here, and that it's going to go up, and here that y is at -3 and that it's going to go down. And x has to be -2 so that this can be 0. That gives us the origin. Okay? Okay, so this then gives us our quadratic equation. I mean, it comes from the quadratic equation. So y equals x squared minus 4x plus 2, or y equals minus x squared minus 6x minus 8. So we can graph and make a chart and plot it point by point, which is time consuming, or we can just use this method of completing the square on the right side of the equation and then writing the equation in that form, which would be y equals x minus h squared plus k. Okay. Okay, so let's do an example. Y equals x squared minus 4x plus 2. Okay, so we want it to be in this form. Y equals x minus h squared plus k. So we go y equals x minus h. I'm sorry, x squared minus 4x something plus 2. So we use the -4 times 1/2 gives us 4. Adding 4 inside the parentheses and outside the parentheses. So we add a positive 4 inside, x squared minus 4x plus 4, and then we can just add a negative 4 outside to save us from putting it over here, positive 4, then subtract it from that side and bring it over here as negative 4.
Where did the negative 4 1/2 squared right back come
Take, in order to complete the square, you take this number, divide it in half and square it.
Oh.
So 4, I don't know why I said times 1/2, 4 divided by 2, whatever.
Okay.
And then squared, sorry. Okay, is everybody with me then to here? Okay, so then, y equals, x minus 2 squared minus 2. Okay, so now we can tell 3 things in order to sketch the curve. What's the first thing that we know? Okay, it's gonna be 2 to the right. The axis of symmetry is going to be 2. So then we put it in there, we say x. Plugging it in here to get it to equal to 0 is how we know that that's going to be 2. Okay, so that's the axis of symmetry. What else do we know? 2 more things. Okay, so the y coordinate is -2. And which way is it going to point? Upward, it's going to open upward. Okay, so we can draw it like this. So +2, -2, that's our point of origin, and it's going to open upward. Questions? All right, let's do another example then. Complete the square to graph y equals -x squared minus 6x minus 8. Okay, so first thing we do, the coefficient is not 1, so we got to get rid of that. So we're going to factor the first 2 terms so that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So we get y equals -x squared plus 6x something minus 8. Complete the square. Again, half of 6 and then squared, which is going to be 9. And so completed, it's going to be y equals -x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 9, or minus 8 plus 9. Okay, so then y equals -x plus 3
Instead of -9?
Because it's 3, half of 6 is 3, and then that squared is 9.
When you add the
And
27,
it's inside these parentheses, so that little negative sign here doesn't matter yet.
And wouldn't you have to, so technically weren't you adding it to the y? So wouldn't you be subtracting it from that, the 9? Like not the 9 in the parentheses, but the 9 like.
Here?
Yeah. Wouldn't you be subtracting it because you were adding it to the y side?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, cause in this one over here, we did like +4 in the parentheses.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I just wish it was different.
Did I do that, or did I do it in my head? No, that's what the book says.
Maybe because even though the minus is.
Okay, here it says,
It like factors to the negative.
since the parentheses are preceded by a minus sign, we have really added -9,
Okay.
and so we add +9 outside parentheses.
Makes sense.
Okay, then we simplify. Yes. Good question. Okay. So, what can we tell from this are 3 things? What are our 3 things? Opens downward. Okay, what's x gonna equal? -3. Okay, and then the y coordinate is? Okay, y equal 1. Okay.